Good day, my dear students. Welcome to OMG Exam. The class for the day is CML. A little long, but worth its weight. Here I have shown you a picture of the various cells forming the neutrophilic series. Starting from a blast, promyelocyte, then a myelocyte, metamyelocyte, and the mature neutrophil. This I would like you people to have in mind. The descriptions are given here. You people can go through. And this is the usual differential count we find in a normal peripheral smear. These cells are important. Now, the chronic myeloid leukemia is basically a stem cell disorder. And it is characterized by leukocytosis because of the immature granulocytes. Along with it, there can be splenomegaly. Also, we find that the platelets can be increased because it is basically a stem cell disorder. The etiology can be because of ionizing radiation. It can arise de novo, or it can be associated with HLA, CW3, and CW4. These are the clinical features which you should have in mind. Patient is usually more than 45-50 years of age, and there might be a chromosomal translocation. Massive splenomegaly is one of the features, and all the others are to be added, such as weight loss, priapism, and visual disturbances. This is a specimen of a spleen, and I'm finding multiple pale, patchy areas which have become confluent. This I used to describe as a geographic infarct. Massive splenomegaly is one of the features of myeloid leukemia. Karyotyping. Karyotyping is nothing but the cessation of the chromosomal distribution or division at a metaphase, and they arrange it sequentially, after which they study. In this case, there is something wrong with chromosome number 9 and 22. Part of the segments have been exchanged, and this is called translocation. This you people will have to write because Philadelphia chromosome by itself is a separate question. There is a tyrosine kinase that acts upon the BCR-ABL transcript, and there is the BCR-ABL fusion protein which constitutes the tyrosine kinase activity. And there can be the signal for numerous other pathways. Ultimately, there is a neoplastic transformation. This you people should write. Now look at this one. There are two chromosomes we have been talking about, 9 and 22. This is the short arm, this is the long arm. Again, the short arm and the long arm. I find that there are two segments over here. So this will be the BCR and the ABL parts. There is part of it is getting deleted and it goes on to join this long arm. Similarly, you find this can be joining the chromosome number 9. So there is a reciprocal translocation. This we call the BCR ABL gene. This is again a diagram of the karyotype. I find that there is something wrong with 9 as well as 22 has lost something, 9 has gained something. So this is called as a reciprocal translocation. It is called a Philadelphia chromosome because it was first identified in the region of Philadelphia. ABL means Abelson leukemia virus. And BCR, breakpoint clustered region. I would like you people to kindly write this and score full marks for the Philadelphia chromosome. Now in this picture, I would like you people to correspond it with the first picture that we had seen. I find that there is a promyelocyte, myeloblast, all the numbers have been given. This is a promyelocyte and the two can be a myeloblast. This is a large cell with multiple nucleoli. Stab form is a C-shaped cell and this is a mature neutrophil. And there is also a myelocyte over here. What is not seen in the picture is the platelet and the basophil, which are usually increased. What is the blood picture? The blood picture, the RBCs are moderately reduced and there will be a hemoglobin deficiency of 10 to 8 grams. Further, it becomes less. The RBCs are normocytic, normoprone. So nothing to worry. WBCs will be markedly increased from 1 lakh up to 5 lakhs per cubic millimeter. And the cells range from neutrophils to myeloblasts. The entire spectrum of cells can be seen. The percentage you need not remember as such, but please do remember that there will be an entire spectrum and the blast will be hardly about 5%. And since the entire spectrum is seen, it is described as a college girl pattern. Basophils and eosinophils are also increased in number. The majority of the cells are neutrophils and followed by the other series. Lab score, leukocyte alkaline phosphatase is decreased in a case of CML, but it is increased when the patient goes in for a blast crisis. There are the other stages. This is supposed to be the classical picture, the classical stage. Another stage is accelerated phase, wherein the blast percentage increases from 11 to 19. And blast crisis means more than 20. That is it. And other biochemical findings can be increase in uric acid, alkaline phosphatase, and serum LDH. These are the stages of the CML which you people should remember. As I mentioned earlier, chronic phase, usually about 5%, but it can go up to less than 10%. It is a chronic or the classical phase. Accelerated phase will be 10 to 19%. There is a sudden increase in the blast. And when it goes to more than 30% in the bone marrow, it is called as a blast crisis. 20% in the peripheral blood. So this is what we people see. These are the blasts. I find that the cells are all increasing, and therefore it is a CML going in for blast crisis. 30% bone marrow, 20% in the peripheral blood. And the bone marrow picture, you find the cellularity. Obviously, being a tumor, it is cellular. Erythropoiesis, normoblastic, suppressed. Leukopoiesis will be markedly active and increased with all the range of cells that we had mentioned. Megakaryopoiesis can be normal or increased. See, all the lineages are increased because it is basically a stem cell disorder. Myeloid erythroid ratio is increased from 20 to 1. Other cells can be present such as a pseudo-Gaucher cells, not for us now. There are variants of CML. One is a juvenile variant found in children. As I told you, it is found in adults only. Chronic myelomonocytic leukemia, eosinophilic leukemia, you people can mention. The treatment will be radiotherapy and chemotherapy. These are some drugs which have been mentioned. Failing which, there can be a bone marrow transplantation or a hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. Thank you. 24 is over.